Okay, today we are going to be talking about birds. On Friday, we'll do some more activities with them. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, some characteristics about birds. They are very versatile animals. Some can fly high, some can swim deep in the ocean. For example, geese have been observed flying at an altitude of 9,000 meters, and penguins have been seen underwater at a depth of 543 meters. So they are very versatile. They also live in a variety of environments and have a variety of weights. For example, an ostrich could weigh 155,000 grams. Okay, that's grams, obviously, but a hummingbird might weigh only 2 grams. So, again, very versatile animals. Their diets can include meat, fish, insects, fruits, seeds, nectar, lots of different things. They also have feathers and scales, and they lay eggs. Yeah, here are a few pictures of them. There's the geese flying high, and the penguins. This picture of an ostrich, and this is the hummingbird. Okay, some more characteristics. Bird eggs. Birds lay amniotic eggs with a really hard shell. This hard shell is made of calcium carbonate. This is the same chemical that makes up seashells, limestone, and marble, so it's a really, really hard eggshell. The eggs provide a moist, protective environment for the developing embryo that's inside the egg. The egg is fertilized internally, so that means inside, before the shell forms around it. Female bird lays one or more eggs, usually in some type of nest, and it's good to know that a group of eggs is called a clutch. Something interesting about birds is that they incubate the eggs until they hatch, so either one or both parents will keep the eggs warm until they are ready to hatch, and this length of time varies from species to species. Also, the young are cared for by one or both parents. So here's a picture of the eggs. You can see how hard they are. Another picture. All right, flight adaptations. Birds have wings. They also have an almost hollow but strong skeleton. These hollow bones are filled with air pretty much. They have wings, feathers, strong flight muscles, and an efficient respiratory system. So that's like a breathing system, how they breathe, how they get oxygen into their lungs. They have a very well-developed sense and tremendous amounts of energy, because obviously they need a lot of energy to be able to fly. So here's just a picture of their wings and their bones. Kind of compares it to this airplane wing. This picture of an eagle flying, and a picture of a blue jay. Okay, the hollow bones. Again, many of the bones of some birds are joined together, and this provides more strength and more stability for the flight, for when they fly. Most bones of birds that fly are hollow, like I said, and they're filled with air. So here's that picture of kind of their structure, and here's their hollow bone. You can kind of see that there's not much in there. Okay, feathers. Birds are the only animals that have feathers, which is interesting. They have two types: the contour feathers, which are strong and lightweight, and give the bird its coloring and smooth shape. So here's kind of a picture of it. And then the next feather is the down feathers. They're soft and fluffy. They provide an insulating layer next to the skin of adult birds. So you can see how light and fluffy they are. Just another thing about birds, they're endotherms, which means that they maintain a constant body temperature, and the feathers help the birds maintain their body temperature because they grow in much the same way as your hair grows, actually, which is also interesting. Wings, not all birds fly, obviously. Penguins and ostriches don't fly, that's just two examples, but most wings are adapted for flight. They are attached to powerful chest muscles, which makes sense. And their wing shape is curved on the top and flat near the bottom. So once birds with large wings reach high altitudes, they can soar and glide for a really long time without having to beat their wings. And what's cool about this is humans actually copied the shape to make airplane wings. When a bird flies, the air moves more slowly across the bottom than across the top of its wings. So the slow-moving air has greater pressure than the fast-moving air, resulting in this upward push called lift. So, like I said, the birds with large wings, once they get to this high altitude, they don't have to beat their wings because they just kind of float in the air. The penguins use their wings to swim underwater, so it just kind of shows you how not all animals, or excuse me, birds use their wings for flight. So here's a few pictures. Here's just a picture of their feathers and their wings. Here's a picture of a penguin with his wings, kind of showing them off. And a cute little picture of a baby penguin. There's his little wings right there. Okay, so the body systems, birds have a digestive system, a respiratory system, and a circulatory system. Whether they fly, swim, or run, most birds are very active, and their body systems are adapted for all those activities. Their digestive system, flying birds need a lot of energy to fly. So birds need large amounts of high energy food like nuts, seeds, nectar, insects, and meat. And this food is broken down very quickly in the digestive system. It's really cool. In some birds, digestion can take less than an hour compared to humans where digestion can take more than a day. Okay, so I kind of wish that I had this because they can get energy quicker than we can. Their food starts in the mouth. Okay, so it's unchewed actually food. They don't have teeth. It passes into a digestive organ called the crop, and the crop stores the food until it absorbs enough moisture to move on. Then it enters the stomach where it's partially digested, and then it moves into the muscular gizzard. Now in the gizzard, the food is ground and crushed by small stones and grit that the bird has swallowed. Digestion is completed in the intestine, and then the food's nutrients move into the bloodstream. So it actually goes from the gizzard to the intestine and then to the bloodstream. The respiratory system, their system efficiently obtains oxygen, which is needed to power the flight muscles and to convert food into energy. They have 2 lungs, and birds receive oxygen when they inhale and they exhale, so that's really cool. It provides a constant supply of oxygen for the flight muscles. We just receive oxygen when we inhale. And the last thing we're going to talk about is the circulatory system. They have a four-chambered heart. Along with their heart, they have arteries, capillaries, and veins. But their 4-chambered heart is actually really, really large compared with its body. On average, a sparrow's heart is 1.68% of its body weight, and the average human heart is only 0.42% of the human's body weight. So it's much, much bigger compared with the rest of its body than our heart with the rest of our body. The oxygen-filled blood is kept separate from carbon dioxide-filled blood, as both move through a bird's heart and blood vessels, and birds' hearts beat really, really fast. An example is a hummingbird's heart can beat more than 1,000 times per minute. That is a lot. Okay, so I think that's everything. Make sure that if you need to go over anything again, that you do, because we will have a little quiz tomorrow when you come back. Okay.